This is particularly true in a society that constantly tells us how we should feel. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Imagine being able to discover peace and calm inside yourself. That isn't just powerful enough, regardless of what is going around you, because it focuses on getting power rather than the world. It is new, but of our own thoughts, which are much more important and are right in front of us. Stoicism tells us to be happy, strong, and to live life to the best. However, this is about you and your life right now, not simply the past. It's about handling our busy surroundings without losing your calm. It's about keeping calm when things go wrong and finding joy in the little things. It's about changing your bad mornings into a useful way to start the day. Want a happy and important day? So if you've ever felt overwhelmed, if you've ever tried to find a moment of calm among the chaos of life, or if you're just interested in how old knowledge may be your go-to tool in the 21st century, so stay tuned. This might be the film that makes all the difference. Things for you. Let's examine the hard strategies that may assist us in making not only a morning routine, but a life full of drive, purpose, and real joy. I've hired you to focus fully on this video from beginning to end. If you've made it this far, you're a star who looks for depth and knowledge, unlike everyone else. You stand out even more for your commitment to fully understanding this stuff. Although it seems like a complex name, this Japanese idea is really rather simple. 1. Discover your ikigai, finding meaning in each morning. It's about finding the ideal mix between your hobbies, skills, and social demands, and what you can be paid for all come together. It's your special mission. Imagine waking up every morning with a specific goal that drives you, and something that makes the idea of Marcus Aurelius wasn't only about putting things on hold. Keeping a straight face through life's difficulties, he was a strong believer in the idea that everyone is here to perform their role. In addition, he urged us to see every day as a chance to carry out our work with ethics and energy. Now consider it in the viewpoint of ikigai. Finding what you love and matching it with what the world needs are two more things. And the magic happens in what you're great at. But how do you begin to find your ikigai? It starts with some introspection. What am I excited about? What skills do I hold? What does the world want of me, and how can I be compensated? This is about the trip. Therefore, it's okay if you don't instantly have the answers. Studying many areas of your life and hobbies to see how they cross finding your ikigai is more than simply a beautiful, feel-good activity. It's about setting the groundwork for a happy and meaningful life. Even boring jobs become more important when they are tied to your bigger goal. Because you're more linked and present, your relationships begin to blossom and your imagination jumps. Because you have a strong link to your real hobbies and general well-being. As you consider setting your clock, it becomes more of a lasting friend than a passing acquaintance. Think about what ikigai means to you tomorrow morning, and what can be so appealing that you would jump out of bed eager to begin the day. But keep in mind that this isn't about quick change. It is a slow process, and as Marcus Aurelius would say, it's about doing the job carefully and respectfully each day. Discovering your ikigai is about accepting your place in the world, not only about getting personal satisfaction. Adding your own thread to the ever-evolving human story in the greater fabric of life, Marcus Aurelius and the other ancient Stoics were strong proponents of the idea that our deeds should have purpose and be led by our inner direction, rather than being random acts flung into the wind. 2. Get ready the night before, creating the conditions for achievement. This idea moves easily into how we get ready for the day. Here's the thing. The quality of your morning starts the night before. It's tempting to binge watch your favorite shows given how you spend your nights. Till the early hours of the morning, or browse social media until your eyes get fuzzy. But let's take a moment to think about how it prepares you for tomorrow. To process the events of the day and prepare for the future, your brain needs time to rest. Hence, a good pre-sleep practice is important. Consider treating your nighttime routine with the same thought and purpose that you would give to any other important part of your life. This is about building a helpful environment, rather than tight self-control that robs your evenings of their pleasure. Your health and fits with your goals for the next day, such as cutting down on internet use an hour before bed, is about signaling to your mind that it's time to wind down, not about robbing yourself of sleep. Enabling sleep and allowing one to wake up feeling refreshed and somewhat ready for the next day may also change everything. It might be as easy as putting your top 3 goals for the day in paper. This action alone sets a clear plan, ensuring that you wake up feeling purposeful. And here is where the Stoic attitude really comes into play. It's about understanding what we can handle. We may not be able to handle every part of our day if we let go of what isn't. However, we do have some control over how we begin, and we should remember to take some deep breaths. Or meditation as a mental calming method. This isn't just nonsense. It's a strong tool that sends to your body when it's time to relax. Taking deep breaths and letting them out gradually might help you feel less worried, lower your heart rate, and get your body ready for a peaceful, deep sleep. It's like hitting the reset button, guaranteeing that you awaken feeling not just physically, but also mentally and cognitively refreshed. This may seem like a difficult job in today's constantly changing environment, but it's crucial for creating. Imagine the beginning of your morning, setting the tone for the rest of your day. Unaffected by the digital din of social media alerts and messages, or the busy news cycle, it's just you, your thoughts, and the peaceful quiet of the morning. That's inspiring as well as refreshing. Marcus Aurelius was a passionate supporter. He didn't let the words of ancient Rome distract him from living a life of purpose and focus. 3. Steer clear of morning distractions by accepting calm, and trust me, he dealt with his fair share of problems. Instead, he stressed the importance of keeping your attention on the job at hand and the present. He was aware that the quality of your attention is much more important now, decides your life's direction. So how can we use this old knowledge in the present day? The first step is to create a morning place that is intentionally free of tech interruptions. This is about deciding not to allow technology affect how you begin your day, not about avoiding it. Although it's tempting to quickly glance at your phone when rolling over, doing so immediately puts you in an awake state, giving oneself the gift of a calm start rather than reacting to the requests and events of the outside world. Imagine committing the first hour of your day to mental feeding tasks and improve your mind either via reading, writing, or meditation, or just drinking coffee while looking out the window. This isn't lost time. By avoiding distractions, you're not only escaping stress, it's an investment in your well-being. You're intentionally building a reserve of calm and focus that you'll use all day long. Increasing your to-do list isn't the key to improving your mornings. It's about picking what really counts and eliminating the noise that doesn't help you. This is when the quiet method of focusing on what you can manage comes in handy before the demands of the day start to grab your attention. Comes into action. You may find it hard to handle the flood of emails that are waiting for you. However, you are in charge of how and when you handle them. So tomorrow, defy the desire to engage yourself in the digital world and force yourself to begin the day on your terms. Instead, focus on the here and now, enjoying the calm and opportunities that the morning brings. Keep in mind that every day is a fresh chance to live more wisely, quieter, and more consistent with your ideal self. Let's make our mornings a mirror of that goal, led by the age-old advice of Stoicism, and the constant attention to what really counts. Understanding what we can handle and acting properly and wisely in those areas is the core of Stoicism. Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and these men weren't only talking. They were arguing for a proactive approach to dealing with life's difficulties while keeping a straight face. 4th, regular awakening. The influence of habit interaction with life, accepting responsibility for our actions and attitude, and regularly waking up. As a method that reflects this idea, It's a statement that we have power over how we begin each day, so that we are not open to outside forces or whims building a life in the way that Stoicism suggests. Step by step, with joy in every action, is a strong idea that teaches us that little changes lead to big ones. Consistent actions, such as rising at the same time every morning, may appear minor. However, it's a basic behavior that sets the framework for all other activities. It's about building a safe basis for your day, where you begin with a feeling of calm rather than running as soon as you open your eyes. Control and goal, but the problem is that constancy is hard to achieve. Early on, trying to get up at the same time every morning might seem like a tough fight. Your bed is more comfy than ever, and you want to press the snooze button just one more. May seem appealing. This is when practicing strict patience is important. It's about explaining to yourself why you're doing this and the kind of person you're becoming as a result. It includes seeing beyond the short-term ease and focusing on the long-term benefits. When you accept this practice, you'll become a morning person who values more than simply mornings. It's about demonstrating the qualities that keep you awake and focused throughout the day. It's the ability to practice self-control and match your actions with your beliefs, and in making the lifestyle you choose, one day at a time. Setting a specific goal the night before is the first step in helping our body become more reliable. Remind yourself that having more peaceful time in the morning is the reason you want to wake up at a certain hour. Is it to read or relax, to work out, or just to get your day started? In a more calm and controlled way, then provide a setting that supports this behavior. Perhaps having your curtains slightly open or going to bed a little early can help you get adequate sleep. Should allow natural light to slowly awaken you. And when things become tough, keep in mind the Stoic faith in the power of our own free choice and the value of living in line with our beliefs every morning when you wake up at the time of your choosing. Not only are you starting your day, but you are also renewing your commitment to personal growth and to living a worthwhile and useful life. 5. Relax. Developing self-compassion. In the middle of all this talk about control, continuity, and rising with the sun, the most important thing to keep in mind is that we are all people, and that makes us beautiful. Complicated beings with brains that often choose the best way, the road of quick satisfaction, which is why building new habits. For example, changing our daily habits might seem like a tough fight at first, but there's something very freeing about understanding that this is a normal aspect of the human experience and not a fault. Let's now apply Stoicism to this idea, which teaches us the value of self. Alongside its demands for power and discipline, it also promotes kindness and understanding. In his own works, Marcus Aurelius often told himself to practice patience and accepting his own flaws, since he knew that blaming oneself for every mistake was not the way to grow. Rather, he urged us to own up to our mistakes. It's important to learn from them before letting them go. While we're trying to form new morning routines, or any habit really, when your alarm goes off, the first few days or even weeks might be tough, and every part of your being wants to stay warm in your bed. And let's face it, it's okay if you give in to that wish on certain days. The important thing is whether you continue to beat yourself up and become caught in a violent circle of self-criticism and guilt. Or do you take a deep breath, forgive yourself, and look forward to trying again the following morning? Being able to accept and be patient with oneself is a sign of strength and knowledge, not weakness. They show that we are prepared to face the difficulties head-on and are in it for the long run. Understanding our nature is the goal of this Stoic self-kindness practice. Using it and eventually leading ourselves toward the habits and way of life we want to. Furthermore, taking things easy isn't about allowing ourselves to, or making excuses, always fall short of our goals. The key is understanding that growth is a process, full of failures and learning curves. It's important to understand that every day offers a fresh set of obstacles and possibilities, and this daily restart that we discover our perseverance and power, so as you try to enjoy those early mornings. With any new habit, keep in mind to be kind with yourself and enjoy the little wins. Learn from your mistakes and face each day with the goal of trying again. 6. Little deeds of self-control. Creating a moral life. This is about developing a prepared attitude, not simply about being a morning person, to approach life's problems with a mix of drive and kindness. Think about how simple it is to place your alarm clock across the room, but it's not only about making it more difficult to fall asleep. It's a statement and a promise to begin the day as you see fit, to get up in spite of the bed's warmth. It's a little act of defense against the inside of. In the same way as making your bed is a step toward facing the day with purpose, sleep, and comfort. When you're the only one who will see it, every morning may seem like a little job. However, it's much more than just fluffing pillows and smoothing sheets. It's a care lesson. In telling yourself that your surroundings and the way you connect with it are important, it's about building a setting that respects and mirrors the change you are feeling inside yourself. Marcus Aurelius would probably say that these little wins form the basis of a well-organized existence. These are the everyday choices that, while they are easy to ignore, together shape who we are. You are choosing for the kind of person you want to be every time you decide to do these little acts. You're making the choice to be someone who respects self-control, order, and the world. But because these little acts are available to everyone, why focus on them? Not everyone has control over the major life events that cause sudden shifts. However, we have control over how we react to the beginning of each day and how we deal with our immediate surroundings, as well as how we become ready for whatever comes next. This is Stoicism in motion, focused on what we can manage and letting go of what we cannot. These methods aim to develop a prepared mindset rather than only setting control for its own sake. For the bigger difficulties of life, if you can commit yourself to these little acts of self-control, you're teaching yourself to evaluate your duties. You're becoming better at following through and keeping control when things become tough, and to adopt the calm, controlled attitude that marks the Stoic ideal in one's approach to life. Therefore, start simple when you think about the role that control plays in your life. Seek out the chances you have every day to practice self-control and order. These are the times when it counts. Your character is formed in the stillness of the morning when you choose to get up and face the day with purpose. 7. Partners in accountability, complementing the path. These habits give your day meaning and are more than simply jobs or tasks, and give your life meaning and direction. The idea is easy, yet very effective. Sharing your goals with someone who may greatly improve your chances of success by holding you responsible in addition to backing you. It turns a private trip into a group one, opening the way for the growth of your morning practice. Lastly, your life's goal becomes less overwhelming and more fun. Consider your accountability partner a buddy who supports your goal of personal growth. When the ease of your bed becomes too much, this person is there to remind you of your responsibilities. When progress seems to be slow, they are there to back you and make you feel at ease enough to go in the morning, and to recognize your successes, no matter how little. This is a mutual connection. It's about inspiring and helping one another, since we understand that we're all Marcus and other Stoics try to be the best versions of themselves. Epictetus and Aurelius Seneca often stress the value of group and links in the formation of virtue and character. They thought that sharing knowledge had great power. In sharing knowledge and the power that comes from understanding, you're not facing this war alone. In the modern world, choosing a responsible mate is a respect to this age-old advice. Understanding that while the way to self-control and purpose is unique, you don't have to be alone, and a responsible partner can help you see parts of your routine or plan that you would miss on your own, but they can provide new views and ideas that might spur your growth in surprising ways. This partnership is about more than merely confirming if you finished your morning prayer or whether you got up on time. It includes having an honest talk about what is and is not working and how you can both help each other. How do you feel about this responsibility, mate, when it comes to making changes? Find someone who is as driven to learn and better themselves as you are. This may be a family friend, neighbor, or even a coworker. Selecting a trustworthy person with whom you can be open about your goals is crucial. Once you've identified that person, be open about your goals and obstacles. Explain what sort of help you need. Plan frequent check-ins and back one another. Offering help, direction, and, if needed, a gentle prod to get back on track 8. Memento mori, honoring the importance of each day. Keep in mind that choosing a responsible husband includes more than simply outward reason. It's about building a relationship that inspires and encourages you both. It's about building a shared place where openness, honesty, and support for one another are valued and supported. Your morning routines and your general life goals are linked in this area. In a joint effort to lead a more meaningful, focused, and a happy life, the Stoic habit of pondering death is a prod to take action and live our lives with meaning and purpose. It exhorts us to focus on making a lasting impact rather than wasting time on little things. Each morning brings a new chance to connect with life in a productive way, to achieve internal growth and satisfaction, as well as to make a positive addition to the world around us. In his works, Marcus Aurelius often addressed the transient state of life, stressing the value of living a good life and making the most of our available time. This finding was freeing and wasn't meant to be gloomy. Freed him from petty worries and led him to focus on his tasks as ruler, and the idea that by having the goal in mind, a human being aiming for goodness, we're more likely to focus on the important things in life and live them with purpose. These links that really suggest honoring death within the setting of our daily morning routines changes our outlook on each day. It's not simply another day. We have been given a day that no one has been promised. This information may significantly affect our time management choices, the things we do, the relationships we develop, and the memories we try to make. It teaches us to love truly, live life to the fullest, and leave the world a bit better than when we found it. Furthermore, keeping perspective in the face of life's natural hurdles and failures is eased by this calm attitude. The daily irritations and hurdles become less strong over us when we realize that we only have a limited amount of time. We become more open, more focused on our long-term goals, and less prone to. Despite short-term failures, it's a practice that cultivates thanks for the here and now and exhorts us to take use of it. So how can we? Applying this philosophical idea to our everyday lives starts with a thought. 9. Develop negative visualization skills. Getting ready for difficulties. Consider the day ahead as a fresh start every morning, a chance to help. Ask yourself questions that will favorably affect your life story and others around you. Would I be pleased with the way I've decided to spend my final day? This means encouraging rather than living in a state of constant psychological suffering, a deep respect for the moment, for the chance to live, grow, and love. We are not worried with the end when we accept the serious habit of mourning death. However, the way we choose to live each day in the present is a strong cure for laziness, and a reminder to live our lives with respect, meaning, and purpose. Therefore, let's welcome each dawn with the idea that it is a gift and a chance to build a worthwhile life. And linked to our basic beliefs, this is the core of quiet life, of enhancing our little life in order to leave a permanent impact. We are often told to imagine success and pleasure by focusing on the good, to adopt them into our life, but the Stoics' deep understanding provide a different viewpoint that is not only useful, but also very inspiring. Negative vision is a tool for resilience rather than a sign of failure. Planning and finally more power over the present. The main idea behind this practice is to constantly picture the obstacles or problems you can face in life. This might include little problems like missing a bus or having a rainy day, to more important problems like losing a loved one or a job. Reminiscing about these events in a way that causes worry or fear is not the goal, but to practice in your mind how you would handle such scenarios should they happen. By mentally and emotionally preparing you, this visualization method lowers your tendency to being tossed. Marcus Aurelius, off track by life's natural ups and downs, Seneca and Epictetus both think that by thinking how fleeting everything is outside our control, we might become more strong and at peace. This practice motivates us to focus on our reactions that we can control, our thoughts and behavior, bringing bad ideas into. You may approach your day differently by changing your morning routine rather than leaving the house. You're mentally ready to face the obstacles that lie ahead, even though you're blind to them. 10. Finish with appreciation, contemplating the gifts of the day. It works similarly to a mental workout where you build your resolve muscles for when life finally throws you a shock. You've previously mentally practiced this moment, so you're not totally lost, and may use your planned tactics to get through it. Additionally, this workout has a nice. It increases our thanks for the current moment in a really odd way. We return to reality with a fresh viewpoint when we picture life without some of the things we take for granted. Thanks for them. It serves as a lesson of how much we should be thankful for at this very time. This is about harnessing the dread of loss to strengthen our love for the present moment, not about living in constant terror of it. So, how can we engage in productive, healthy, negative thinking? Spend a few minutes in the morning thinking about possible daily tasks or more general future possibilities. Imagine your ideal answer and the skills you would use. Let go of the picture after considering the lessons you may take away and the ways you could grow from the experience. Then go on with your day with a better feeling of respect and readiness. Suit your present situation, adding thanks to our life, particularly at the end of the day, may significantly impact our happiness and general well-being. And keeping a thanks book is a lovely and simple way to. However, a really strong method of developing this regard is to take a few minutes before bed, to think on the day and list a few things for which we are grateful. This might be anything from a kind act, a beautiful sunset from a stranger marks the end of a hard job, or just the comfort of our bed ready for us when the day is over. Writing down our gifts moves our attention away from the things we need in our life. Given the plenty that already exists, it's a practice that perfectly fits with Stoic ideals. It emphasizes what we have rather than what we need and what we can control. Instead, this change of viewpoint not only creates the conditions for a restful night's sleep, free from the chaos of unmet wishes or ongoing problems, but it also prepares our thoughts to start the next day with respect and purpose. But why not say thank you at the end of the day? It makes us feel happy. It acts as a means of confirming the positive aspects of our life, independent of the problems we may have faced. Of finding calm in the middle of turmoil and developing an observant mindset, chances for growth and happiness in any situation. With this thanks practice, every night has a knock-on effect that affects not just how we sleep, but also how we get up and start our days. It changes our morning tears over the wake-up clock into a quiet anticipation of what the day will bring. What more we may find to be grateful for, in addition to this habit of living life to the fullest, improves our interactions and goes beyond our daily lives. As we become more aware of the value of those around us and show our thanks more freely, because having them in our life makes us more linked to the outside world. As we become more aware of and grateful for the wonder and beauty all around us, often in the most everyday settings, so as we think the range of tactics to improve our starts and, therefore, our lives. The power of saying thank you at the end of the day is something that exemplifies the Stoic quest of a good life that isn't defined by cash assets or success from outside sources, but through satisfaction with inner calm and a deep respect for the present. As we finish this trip using the 10 Stoic-inspired tactics Every action and practice is clearly more than simply a job. It's a way to developing a life of meaning, determination, and thanks. While sticking to these rules does not promise that every day will be perfect, it does ensure that every day will find you stronger, more grateful, and more open. You hold the ability to change not just your mornings, but your life as a whole. Becoming a mirror of the Stoic ideals of happiness, morals, and understanding. Keep in mind that there is a huge amount of stern information that is just ready to be found. This is just the beginning, prepared to help you as you seek a better and more worthwhile life. If you are interested in learning more about the Stoic, and you find this trip and fire style of life, I invite you to see our music straight on this screen. It's full with insightful tales and useful tips to help you enjoy the full beauty of Stoic philosophy. For more material, please remember to like and subscribe to the station and provide opinions. And tell your tales. Together, let's go on this journey of growth, determination, and satisfaction. Cheers to focused starts, meaningful days, and a life full of thanks. I appreciate you joining the Stoic Journal group, and I hope to see you soon.